Hey girl, hey, welcome back to another weekly vlog. As you can see, I am home. I feel like the last couple vlogs I've done, I've been like out and about, been to New York, been to Dallas, and then I got my procedure. So some of my vlogs I was in the car or at the doctor's or just kind of all around. So today's vlog, I am going to be home because I'm kind of stuck home. We had a winter snowstorm. I'll show you really quick. We had a winter snowstorm, so we are snowed in. Sorry if it's getting a little dark. I'm walking around my house. So yeah, we're snowed in probably for the next day or so. Let me show you. I don't even know if you can see this. Hold on. Off my home alarm. Can you see all the snow? It's crazy. So yeah, we are gonna be snowed in, like I said, probably for the next day or two. Let me try to go in my office really quickly. But I wanted to spend this vlog. Hold on, let me stand you up. There we go. I put some Vaseline on my lips. I just woke up. It's like 8 o'clock. But yeah, I wanted to spend this vlog just really catching you all up on just everything that's been going on with me. I feel like the last couple vlogs I've done, I've just kind of been all over the place, feeling all over the place, sharing all over the place, because honestly, my life has just been all over the place. So that's what I've been able to share. Like, I can only share what's really and truly going on in my life. I know one of the vlogs I did, I just talked about my hormones and my cycle and just like my mood shifts and mood changes. And I talked about like wondering, like, am I perimenopausal? Like, what in the world is going on? So I did have an appointment with my OBGYN. I will be updating you all on that today as well. I talked about needing a nanny, wanting a nanny being like a desperate necessity in my household. I will be updating you all on that today. What else? If you've been following my my procedure that I got the fat grafting to my breast. I'll be doing a separate video on that. If you're not aware of kind of the procedure I got done, I do have, did y'all hear that? Anyways, I do have a whole playlist documenting my fat grafting from my stomach, waist, and back into my breast. I have a whole playlist on that. I got the procedure done at Air Sculpt. So I'll give a little update on that today, but not really, but only because I want to do like a full blown, like dedicated vlog to that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna catch you guys up on today. The kids are home. Scott, my husband, is home. Our youngest has been running a fever for the last 2 days, and you saw all that snow out there. It's no way we're able to leave. So we've been monitoring her fever very closely, and giving her Tylenol and, you know, just trying to keep her fever at bay, keeping her on light clothing so that her body can remain at a cool temperature. We've been able to manage it, but as soon as it is safe for us to like get in a car and get out of here, I am gonna take her to the doctor's, probably take her to urgent care or even the emergency room to just get her checked out. Her mood and behavior has been the same. It's just she's been running a fever. She's been warm. So, and it's not even a low grade fever, like it's a fever. So I am going to, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get her out to the doctor as soon as I can, as soon as the roads and things open like that. I'm hoping that her fever goes away completely, but even if it does, I'm still gonna take her in just to get her checked out. So that's going on. So yeah, we'll just kind of see how this day goes, being snowed in with these kids. I know they're gonna want to go outside and play in the snow, so I'm sure that's gonna happen today. Oh, do you remember the vlog where I got Factor? Well, I have now switched to Hungry Root for the first time. I wanted to try it out. So I did get my Hungry Root package yesterday. I did not film that because there was just a lot going on in my house and in the kitchen, and I needed to hurry up and get that food put away. But I am going to be cooking up my Hungry Root meals today, and maybe I'll give like a little Hungry Root review while I'm doing that. And I'm trying to think what else. I think that's about it. But mostly I just want to catch you guys up and just kind of, I don't know, just bring you all like not full circle, but like, I feel like I have been full circle, but bring you guys like back in on just updating all of the various pieces in my life that have been going on, and mostly about my hormones that I've been dealing with and just the whole nanny debacle. So, all right, that's what is on the agenda today. So I think, but again, I'm snowed in with these kids, so you just never know how this day is actually going to pan out. But first things first, I am about to get on my treadmill. I have been crushing 10K steps every single day. It has been helping my body, it has been helping my mind, and it's really been a non-negotiable for me. So I'm gonna get down on the treadmill, knock out my 10K steps. My goal has been to do that first thing in the morning. I notice if I walk an hour on the treadmill, I don't even have to walk fast, an hour at like 3, I get my 10K steps a day. Because with that on top of just walking around normally throughout the day, I hit my 10K easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. I'm first gonna stretch, because if you've been following my procedure vlogs, then you know I have on this faja and it's really tight. I am 6 weeks post-op right now, so I can technically like wear my faja less, but I've just decided to just wear it as much as possible. I take it off to shower. I do still wear it when I work out. So because I've been wearing it a lot, it does feel like a little stiff. So I am gonna go down to the basement gym, get a nice stretch in, and then get my 10K steps in on the treadmill. And then I will chat with you girlies when I get back from doing all of that. Because what I've also been trying to do is make sure I take care of me first. So yeah, let me go do what I need to do for me, get my walk in, my stretching, clear my mind, and then yeah, we'll check back in. So I made my way down to the gym. I am doing a Peloton stretch. It's a full body stretch, 10-minute full body stretch with Ben on Peloton. I literally do this stretch every single day, and I have been doing this same stretch probably for like 6 months. You know what? I was about to say 6 months, but it's probably been like a year now that I have been doing the same stretch every day. It's a full body stretch. I love it. It's 10 minutes and it literally stretches me from head to toe. If you did not know, I have a yoga playlist here on my YouTube channel. First of all, how rude of me. Happy New Year. It is January. The end of January, so I'm late. Happy New Year, first of all. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Kierrah. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I am a mental health therapist, I'm a professor, and here I vlog just all about my life around motherhood, wifehood, all the hoods. So if you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do so, especially if this is not like the first video of mine you've watched. Like, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. It really does help my channel. So yeah, I forgot to like say that when I opened up this vlog. So welcome or welcome back. Oh, yes. So about the stretching, I was reminding you guys or telling you guys that here on my YouTube channel, I also have a yoga playlist. I have been like going back and forth about like unlisting that playlist because it is January 2026. January 2025 is when I started this YouTube channel, and I started this channel with yoga and meditation for mothers, like to help like with stress and postpartum and anxiety and depression. Like I have different yoga flows for like helping out with different things. That's how it started. And then later in the year, I want to say around August, is when I branched out of doing like solely yoga videos to doing more lifestyle vlogs like this, just to show more of my life. So yeah, I have that playlist still there. So if you're interested in like stretching your body, getting in tune with your mind and your mental health, then make sure you check out that playlist. Again, I've been going back and forth about just like unlisting that playlist, because my goal is to grow my YouTube channel, and I've just read a lot of books and watched a lot of videos about like niching and like your audience and things like that. But I really have been holding on to that playlist because, again, those yoga flows are for moms, and my channel is about moms and for moms, or just women in general that are going through life, but primarily moms. I talk a lot about just my life and my journey as a millennial, as a mom. I'll be 36 this year, and I have 2 kids. My kids will be 3 and 9 this year. Me and my husband have been married for, it'll be 11 years next month. So my channel is about, yeah, the millennial mom. And so I think it's really important that I keep that playlist, because I honestly go back to some of those videos and do those yoga flows myself. And just looking at my analytics, I do see that a lot of my subscribers and viewers are coming in still from those videos. So I'm like, I don't want to take them away, but I think in the back of my mind, like, I wonder if it's like hurting my channel. Like if people come here for yoga and they're like, ugh, we don't care about your life. Or if people come here about my life and they're like, ugh, we don't care about yoga. So I don't know. For now, I'll keep it until I figure out something else. I don't know. But for now, I'll keep it, especially because I do see people are still watching them. So I don't want to take them away. So anyways, I'm about to do the same old... I was about to say Pilates, this same old Peloton stretch that I do. I'm going to go ahead and get my stretch in and get on the treadmill for an hour. On the treadmill, I typically will watch a YouTube video, a Netflix video or show or something like that, and it makes the hour go by really fast. I just wrapped up His and Hers on Netflix. If you have a Netflix subscription and you have not watched His and Hers, you're gonna want to watch it. It's like 6 episodes. I binged it. I watched the whole season yesterday. I got my hair braided yesterday, so I started watching it while I was getting my hair braided, and then I came home and got on the treadmill and finished it up. It is such a good movie. So let me go ahead and get this Peloton stretch out of the way, hop on this treadmill, go upstairs and eat, and yeah, let's go ahead and knock out getting into my body first. What are you trying to do? Dad. You want to say cheese? Yeah. Okay. Cheese. You say cheese. It's a video. You say hi. Hi. Say, how are you? How are you? How was your day? How was your day? That's it? Yeah. You all done? Yes. Okay. Okay. Here, put your bonnet back on. Okay. No, I want to put this on. You don't want to put this on? Okay. Well, as you can see, my workout is done. Let me make you a little higher. I'm about to cook me something to eat. The girls have already ate. My husband is down in the gym working out now. We kind of switched off a little bit. So we'll go ahead and make me something to eat, get this kitchen cleaned up. See what these girls are gonna have me into today. Do you remember I did a video about the laundry service called Poplin? Well, we used them this week. So our laundry pro dropped our clean laundry off yesterday. So there's some laundry I gotta put away today. So it's a lot happening, but once I'm done eating, getting the laundry situated, I'm gonna sit down and like formally catch you guys up, so I'm not just kind of moving out throughout my day. So this is going to be a vlog-ish, talking head-ish type of video, so I can really sit down in peace and like catch you up on everything versus trying to walk around throughout my day and vlog and catch you up. I think it's easy if I just kind of get this day kind of settled a little bit and then sit down and chat with you. So I'll be right back once I am able to sit down. You need to use the bathroom? See, there's a lot going on. So let me go ahead and get her to the potty, eat, do all the things, and then I'll sit down and catch you up. Girl, tell me why it's like 2 days later since I started this whole video. I believe I got this video started on either Sunday or Monday. Girl, it's Wednesday. Let me tell you, that snow has caused schools to be closed all week long. So me and my husband have been snowed in with our 2 kids literally since the day that I opened up this video. And again, it is Wednesday. I think they're going back to school Friday. I don't know. So I say all that to say, my bad. I had totally had all of the expectations and intentions to keep this vlog going, but it has certainly been a challenge working from home and having both kids home. My husband is also working from home as well. So between us both working from home, the girls being here, I think I shared with you that my youngest had a fever. So she hasn't been feeling well. Her sleep has been like up and down at night. So it's just been crazy and chaotic that I have not had the opportunity to pick up this camera. It is now about the end of the day-ish on Wednesday. So I was like, you know what? The baby, well, she's 2. The baby is taking a nap. The oldest is on the couch on FaceTime with one of her friends. My husband is wrapping up work. I'm done with work. So I was like, let me pick up the camera and just try to finish out this vlog because there's so much I wanted to catch you guys up on. Also, I forgot to share that I want to catch you guys up on my spiritual journey edition. Remember, I have that playlist set up here on YouTube for you to catch up on how it started. But as it's transitioned, I've just been doing my updates here. So I also want to get you updated on that. So we got a lot to chat about. Can we just sit down and chat? Like, let's just sit down and just have a conversation because the house is chaotic with the kids. So me trying to walk around and vlog, no. It's not gonna happen. So let's sit down and have some girl talk. So let's get this convo started with hormones. I will be 36 years old this year. And I'm just going to give you like just my personal business because maybe there's somebody that's watching this video that can relate or has experienced the same thing or will experience the same thing. But I'll be 36 this year in a few months. I started my cycle like around age 9, 10. I remember it being like around 4th or 5th grade. It came like one time and then it went away and then it was like inconsistent, but definitely like around 10, it was like consistent. So I say all that to say I've been having a period for longer than I haven't, right? So, you know, just I guess like the normal period experience, like a little cramping, a little bloating, a little fatigue, right, has always been my experience. But something happened, I feel like once I got my period back after having my second child. I had her when I was 34 years old, and I breastfed her for close to a year. So I want to say, yeah, with over like the last year or so, like I regained my cycle back. And I just feel like it has not been the same since hormonally. It comes like clockwork, 28 days, like I track it on my apps, like it's consistent, but the hormonal change that has come along with it has been nothing that I've experienced before. And it has brought me to this state of, I feel like, a merge of depression and rage happening all at the same time. And I started to pick up on it and really tracking my cycle in my cycle app. And what I noticed is that when I am in my luteal phase, I'm extremely depressed, I'm extremely emotional, and I have like rage. Like that's the only way that I can describe it. It's this sense of rage. I noticed that it was impacting me at work when I started to really pay attention and take notes of my interactions at work with my staff, with my supervisor. It was trending that like something was always popping off around that luteal phase at work. I'm generally like a chill, quiet person. I come to work, I do my job, I go home. I don't cause no mess, I don't cause no confusion. I don't have time for that. But it's something that happens in my luteal phase when I'm at work that I am a little bit more vocal than normal. Things at work bother me a little bit more than normal. And it's the same stuff that happened at work. Like it ain't like no new stuff, but just my tolerance level, it just hits this peak. And I noticed that it was really starting to affect my work, and just I felt like how people were viewing me at work or experiencing me at work. And then also like in just my personal life, just here with the kids and my husband, just my patience and my tolerance for my children, extremely overstimulated by sound. I'm talking rage, hollering, screaming at my kids, rage, hollering, screaming at my husband. Just honestly, just out of character for me. And again, I started to track it. It's in that luteal phase. So I went on Amazon, I ordered like natural vitamins that was supposed to like balance your hormones. I tried this one, I think it was by Pink, what is it called? Pink, what's that bird that they say like that babies come from? The stork, is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it's called the stork, right? Let me know in the comments. Am I making sense? Is it the stork? Like the story, like, oh, babies, like the stork drops the baby off. It's like the bird. Anyways, it's this company called Pink Stork, I believe. And they have like a hormonal balance vitamin. I tried those. Those actually made me even more depressed in my luteal phase. So I stopped taking those. I found some other like hormone balance pills. It sort of kind of helped, but not really. So I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm perimenopausal. I don't know if I'm like suffering from like a mental health condition. I don't know what's going on with me. So I went to go see, I tried to make an appointment with my OBGYN, and she was fully booked, but they had a nurse practitioner at her office. And I'm like, no offense to nurse practitioners, but I was like, I really want to see my OB or whatever. So I was telling the nurse like on the phone what was going on, and she was like, oh, like I know exactly who you need to see. You need to see this nurse practitioner. Like she sees women with your symptoms all the time. Like I think you're going to be in really good hands since your OB doesn't have anything available anytime soon. When I told her what I was going through, she felt like my symptoms were so severe that she called somebody and asked them if she could move their appointment so that I can get in. Like, she got me in the same week. She could have got me in next week, but she was like, no, you need to come in immediately. So I met with the nurse practitioner, and I was telling her like pretty much what I told you, of course, more in detail because she's the doctor. This is the internet. So I gave her just the 411 on everything I was feeling and experiencing. And she said to me, it sounds like, sorry, I still got my work thing on. She was like, it sounds like you have PMDD. And if you don't know what PMDD is, it stands for premenstrual dysphoric disorder, I believe. So I'm just gonna read you like a little quick snapshot of what it means. So PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, is a severe chronic form of PMS, causing debilitating physical and emotional symptoms such as extreme irritability, depression, and anxiety in the 1 to 2 weeks before menstruation, affecting roughly 5% of women. It often requires treatments like SSRIs, lifestyle changes, or hormone therapy to manage symptoms. Unlike PMS, this severely disrupts daily life. So when she told me that she felt like I had PMDD, mind you, I'm a mental health therapist. I've worked with women with PMDD. I was like, oh my gosh, I think you're right. Because if you remember, I said it's in my luteal phase. The luteal phase is the week before menstruation. Outside of that, I'm cool as a cucumber. That week before menstruation, I'm a complete maniac. I mean, again, it's that blend of depression and rage. Like, I express it as rage. This definition expresses it as extreme irritability, which it is. I get extremely irritable to the point I go in full blown rage, right? The depression, yes, like that week before my period, it is extremely hard for me to get out of bed. I'm talking extremely hard for me to lift my head up from the pillow. I am in complete depression. Mind you, I am a mother. I work. So I am fighting for my life that week before my period. I have to get my kids to school. I have to work. Like, life goes on. The world does not stop for women managing their hormones. We have to push through. And I think that within itself contributes to my irritability, which then turns to rage. So when she said that, I was like, oh my God. I came in here thinking like perimenopause, like is my body preparing for menopause? Like, is it my thyroid? Like, what's happening? She's like, no, sis, you got PMDD. So I was like, so what do I do? So she talked about diet changes, which everything she mentioned, I already incorporated in my diet. I'm a pescatarian. I only eat seafood. Like, we talked about like Mediterranean diet. I already eat that way anyway. She talked about exercising, sis. I work out 6 times a week. I get 10K steps a day. And she's like, oh, like the lifestyle part, like you're doing that. And I'm like, okay, so now what? So she was like, well, I recommend medication. And I was like, sis, what kind of medication? So as the description shared that as the description mentioned that I shared, it says often requires treatments like SSRIs. So I did get prescribed an SSRI. Specifically, it was called, hold on. Okay, so the SSRI that I got prescribed is Sertraline, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Sertraline. Yeah, I don't have it with me. It's in the kitchen, but I believe it's Sertraline. So what she wants me to do is to only take the medication in my luteal phase and a few days into menstruation. So like 2 or 3 days. So out of a month, I'm taking the medication for 10 days. 10 days out of 30 days, I'm taking the medication. When I first got prescribed the medication, I totally missed doing it that next cycle. But then the cycle after that, I had honestly forgot I even had them. And that rage hit and I was like, oh shoot, I got medicine for this. So I haven't given it like a full cycle of trying it the right way. I now have an alarm set on my calendar that tells me the day before I enter my luteal phase. So my goal is actually to start it the day before I go into my luteal phase, so that it's already in my system the next day when that luteal phase hits. That way I don't forget, because honestly, it's like my body doesn't even prepare for it. I'll be perfectly fine, and then it's like the morning of my luteal phase is like a monster in me just like crawls out, and I'm like, oh, I'm a monster. Where's that medicine again? So I'm like, all right, let me set an alarm in my calendar, a calendar reminder to take the medicine. So I'll report back to let you all know how it's working for me. I hope it works. I'm this type of person, this type of therapist, this type of mental health professional. I'm like, let's try all the natural, holistic ways. And if none of those ways work, baby, where's the medicine? Where's the medication? And I feel like I've done that. Like the diet change, the exercise, like the lifestyle changes I've made. And it's just not working. So where's the medicine? Something else that I picked up on is, I told you all, if you haven't watched my GLP-1 video, please go back and watch that after this one. I shared my journey on GLP-1s. I will tell you, when I was on Zepbound, my luteal phase was fine. People be trying to like talk slick about GLP-1s, like, oh, it's a shortcut for weight loss, blah, 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 blah. I personally feel like GLP-1s have so many benefits outside of weight loss. When I was on that GLP-1, my hormonal levels were stellar. I had no issues with this whole luteal phase, depression, PMDD. That was non-existent when I was on my GLP-1. Like, and I was on it for a year once I got done breastfeeding my child. So I didn't experience that. I have honestly contemplated about getting back on a GLP-1. But I don't know. I'm going to try this medicine first, see how that works. I'm definitely going to talk to my doctor about it. I actually did mention that to her, and she was like, yeah, like she totally agreed that GLP-1s have some tremendous health benefits outside of weight loss, which is primarily the reason that people use it is for obesity. But yeah, so that's the update on where I am just with my hormones. And I honestly have not heard a lot of women openly talk about this. I'm sure, like me, there's probably women that are going through this, suffering in silence. So I just wanted to be candid and open and just share my story. Maybe, you know, you're also going through this as well. Maybe you're somebody in your mid to late 30s, maybe your early 40s, and you're noticing your hormones are shifting. Oh, I do want to mention, last week I did go see my primary care doctor. It's a new primary care doctor. I wanted to establish care with a primary care, so she did a physical and everything. And I was actually talking to the nurse who did my triage about it. And she was like, yeah, you know, as you get older, as you age, like your hormones shift. So yeah, you started your period when you were 10 and you never had PMDD. Here you are at 36 and all of a sudden you have it. She was like, as you age, your hormones shift, things change. And she was really positive and encouraging. She was like, you know, give it a try, like do it the right way, like how your doctor prescribed it, like really see, you know, during your next period, if you notice any changes. She was like, I think you're going to notice a change in yourself. She was like, but also like the people around you will notice a change in you, which, not that I care about others more than myself, but I know during that luteal phase, I'm just not a nice person. And I'm not a nice person at work. I'm not a nice person to my kids. I'm not a nice person to my husband. I try to limit my communication with my friends. Like, so I know, yeah, I'll feel better, but I agree. I'm sure if this medicine works the way it's supposed to, that those around me will be able to experience me in a better manner. And that to me is important. Like, how people experience my energy is important to me. And it goes beyond like, oh, caring what people think. No, I don't care what people think, but I do care about how people experience my energy. So that within itself, I'm like, you know what? We're going to give this a try. We're going to do it the right way, take it as prescribed, and see how it goes. So that is my update on that. I would love to hear if you're comfortable sharing if this relates to anything you're going through. Let me know in the comments. As usual, subscribe to my channel, especially if this is not the first video you've watched of mine. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's free for you to do. It totally helps me and my channel's growth. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, leave me a comment below. All right, so that is everything that's going on with me hormonally. Let's do a nanny update. The update is your girl still don't got no nanny. I still don't have no nanny, y'all, and it really boils down to, I think I'm so frustrated with not having a nanny that I haven't sat down and like done the things I need to do to get a nanny. Have you ever been so hungry that you can't even like stop and cook for yourself because you're just so hungry and you would much rather somebody just cook for you and just say, here's your meal? I am at that point in motherhood and in parenting that I'm just so overwhelmed and I'm so frustrated that I wish somebody would just like walk into my life and like knock on the door and be like, hey, I'm your new nanny. Or like my husband will take over this task and find us a nanny. But since it's like falling on me to do, I'm like, I don't freaking have the bandwidth to do this. So what I did do, I created an account on Kierrah.com and Nanny Lane. I need to go back and check on Nanny Lane, but let me give you an update on Kierrah.com. I put a post out there, a job post pretty much, and there were a bunch of young girls who applied. No offense to my young ladies out there. There were a bunch of young girls who applied. There was one older lady that applied, and I honestly would prefer an older woman. What I really want is a grandmother. I really want a live-in granny, a live-in grandmother, somebody that can be that for my children, be that for me, be that for my husband, just be that for our household. You know, just a grandma that watches the kids and helps tidy up around the house. Like, I want that older person. So we got one older person. Girl, she didn't even show up for the interview. She was responsive in the messages. I set up the interview. I sent her the link. Didn't even show up for the virtual interview. Didn't even respond saying, hey, something came up. I haven't heard from her since. The last thing I heard from her was, yes, I'm available at that date, that time. I said, oh, great. Here's the Zoom link. Look forward to meeting you. That was it. Hadn't heard anything else from her. And then the other girls were young. They were just young girls. Me and my husband interviewed 3 of them, I believe. And I don't know, like, you don't even look like you clean your room at your mama house. How am I trust you to come here and clean my house? So the ad that I put out was a housekeeper nanny. Like, not only do I need you to help with the kids, getting them to and from school, to and from dance, cooking, you know, doing the whole thing for the kids. I also need you to like clean up the house, do the laundry. Like, so I need a housekeeper nanny. And honestly, none of them just seemed capable. I hope that makes sense without being offensive. They were like 22, 23. Sorry, my battery died on this camera. But yeah, they were like 22, 23. And I don't know, maybe like for childcare, like, oh, me and my husband want to have a date night. Like, they could be a babysitter. That's the word. They gave more like babysitter vibes than housekeeper nanny vibes. And we asked them questions, and one of them like just couldn't even answer the basic questions. One of the questions we asked, like, what is your experience with house cleaning? And she was like, oh, well, I used to be a lifeguard and I cleaned the pool. And I was like, great. But have you ever cleaned a toilet, a bathtub, or baseboards? So that was that. So I think that experience, it just, I don't know. It just gave me a bad taste in my mouth. There was one girl that we offered to see her, to meet her in person. So this was a process. We wanted to do the screening, like the Zoom screening. If it felt like a good match, then we wanted them to come in and like meet us in person, see our home, meet our children. If that seemed like a good match, we were going to do a paid trial. So like a paid day where they come, they pick up the girls, they take them to school, they come back home, they straighten up the house, they pick up the girls from school, like pretty much like a dry run, and we were going to pay them. From there, if that all worked out, both parties like felt like this was a good match, then we would move forward with an offer. We explained that to everybody at the beginning. Like, it's a 3-part interview: Zoom screening, in-person meeting, paid trial day. This one girl we actually liked. I really liked her because she expressed interest in potentially being in home, because that's something me and my husband talked about. Like, do we want somebody to come to our house and like be at our house all day and leave? Or do we just want somebody to live here? So she was like, yeah, like if you guys ever decided like to have a live-in, I would totally be open to that. So I was like, oh, this is good. So I sent her an invitation. I think it was like on a Thursday to come in on Monday to meet the girls, come to our house, and all of that. And then me and my husband talked about it later on, and we were like, maybe this isn't a good fit. So I sent her a message, and I was like, hey, thank you so much. We decided to pretty much like go in another direction, but thank you. Oh, and I think I told her like, we'll definitely keep you in mind, maybe for like some date nights or, some travel. Cause we talked about that. My husband and I, like, we can't really travel the way we want because we don't have anybody to watch our kids for us for an extensive amount of days. So it's like bringing the kids with us. And so we were like, well, maybe we'll have like a traveling nanny for when we travel, we can bring a nanny with us so we can enjoy the trip, like the nightcap of the trip, and have like the travel nanny stay at the hotel or whatever with the girls while we go out and enjoy ourselves. So I was like, we'll keep you in mind for the opportunities like that. Girl, do you know this girl went off on me, called me disrespectful, unprofessional. She turned down all these jobs for us, and I need to be more considerate. And I was like, nobody told you had the job. I didn't give you an offer. Like, nobody told you had the job. Like, you should not have been turning down other opportunities. Like, if somebody gave you an offer, you should have took that. Like, you're still in phase 1.5 with this family. So I'm just like, okay, here I am, like, thinking this was a good person. And not to say she's not a good person, but thinking she was a good person for my family. And then she just kind of flipped. So that kind of scared me. Like, dang, maybe my judgment of people isn't as good as I thought. Like, what if I would have let this woman in my house and with my kids, and I don't know, something happened she didn't like, was you just gonna flip out on me? Like, I don't know. So since that experience, the nanny search has stopped, to be honest. It has stopped. It's still needed, but now it's stopped. Yeah. My sister, she still continues to be like the primary person that watches the girls, especially for like long periods of time, but I really don't want to burn her out. So it's January of 2026 at the time of recording this video, and if I could have a nanny within Q1, Q2 of this year, I will feel very accomplished. Again, I want a grandma. Like, I want a granny nanny. I don't want a young girl. I'm not looking for like a college student. Like, if I can find an older lady that is like retired and loves kids, maybe she doesn't have kids of her own, or, maybe she has grandkids, but I don't know, they live far away, so she doesn't see them all. Like, doesn't have a lot of, responsibilities or obligations, and just really wants to like love on a family. That's what I'm calling in. Like, that's what I'm trying to manifest. Like, a grandmother who's lived her life and worked her jobs and had her fun, and she's retired, and she just loves kids and loves family. And like, I want to adopt somebody's grandmother. Like, I want to adopt somebody's grandmother and just have them in my home to love on my family, and yeah, just be here for us. Like, take her along with us when we travel, leave her with the kids when me and my husband, go have dinner and dates, and like, have her here to help us fold up the clothes. Like, I want to hire a grandma. Like, I want to adopt someone's grandmother. Like, that's what I'm looking for. So that is the update on my nanny search. So now just doing a quick check-in with the Great Lock-In Spiritual Journey Edition. This actually closes out this series because last night I had my last group check-in, our last call. I'm actually traveling to New York this weekend, so probably the video you see after this will be my New York City vlog. Part 2, because I vlogged when I went to New York I think I went in November. So I'll be going again this weekend to do our closeout ceremony with my spiritual community that I shared with you guys that I'm a part of. So last night we had our final call, and everybody got to go around and share their experience with this journey. And then after we shared our experience with the journey, everybody then went around and shared like their insights of us, like how they've experienced us and kind of like what energy they get from us or whatever. So I do want to share that I shared with everybody that what I got out of this apprenticeship was community and connection. And I just shared with the ladies that that's something that I've always wanted, like a positive, like-minded group of women, just like a healthy group of women. And that's what I got. I got a sense of community, connection. Like, I feel like these women will be a part of my life for the rest of my life. Like, we locked in, right? And then I shared that I got an opportunity to study myself. With me having my PhD, I feel like I've been a student most of my life. Like, I've been a student more than I have not been a student. You think, I started school at 5, kindergarten. I just got my PhD 2 years ago. I've always been a student of outside knowledge, and this apprenticeship gave me the opportunity to be a student of myself and to study myself on a deeper level, which I've never done this ever before. I've been in therapy, I've done one-to-one therapy, but this was different. Like, this was a different type of deep dive and self-study. Something else that I got out of it was that I felt a deeper connection with my intuition. And I learned that slowing down is safe. I am a recovering busybody. Busybody in the sense of working, school. Like, I've always had stuff going on. And for like the first time in a long time in my life, I feel like things are settled. Like, I got my degrees, I got my job, I got my family, I got my house, I got the things. And it's like, whew, like now you can live. Like, so I got from this that slowing down is safe. Because for a moment there, as things were starting to slow down for me, I felt like the little mouse in me, like just looking for like stuff to do. And it's like, no, you're safe. You can slow down. You've built a beautiful foundation for yourself that now, girl, you can live. So, and I also learned from this experience that I can trust myself. Like, I can fully trust myself, and also I can trust other people with me, which is not something that I would have been able to say ever before. Like, I don't trust a lot of people with me. I don't let a lot of people in. I don't open up to a lot of people. But this group of women showed me that I can trust myself with other people, and that felt good. One of my gifts, my spiritual gifts that I was able to hone in on is my gift of knowing. I have this clairvoyance of just like knowing. I know what I know because I know, and I get downloads from up above that just tells me information that I would not know otherwise, if that makes sense. Like, I know things. I have a inner knowing. So I was able to hone in on that gift, as well as my gift to the other side, to the spiritual world. Throughout this process, I was able to connect with loved ones that have passed on, and I was able to receive messages. And so I was able to connect to my own inner knowing as well as other realms. So that was just a beautiful experience. So I shared that with everyone, and then everyone went around and shared, like, we were supposed to share like one word or statement that other people, got from me. And I wrote everything down. So the takeaways that I took away that everyone shared about me. So the first thing is to be me now, which kind of piggybacks off like what I was saying about it's now time for me to live. Like, it's now time for me to like be me. Someone said that they feel like I'm full, like my cup is full, not heavy. I literally put not heavy, but full. Someone said that I am limitless. Someone said that I have enough and I always will have enough. An infinite toolbox. Somebody shared that they feel like I just have an infinite toolbox, just given all of the skills and modalities and gifts that I've developed and honed in throughout not only this spiritual journey, just all of my other spiritual journeys. She shared that she feels like I have an infinite toolbox. Someone shared that it's time for me to be taken care of, because I've taken care of so many that it's now my time to be taken care of. Someone shared that they felt like I was powerful, that I was regal, that I was a queen, that it was now time for me to heal myself because I've used my gifts to heal others. Now it's time for me to use my gifts and my medicine to heal myself. Someone said that they sense an energy of expansion and transformation. Someone said that it is now time for me to service myself. So an energy of self-service. Somebody said that they feel like a lioness energy from me, which is so crazy because lions are my spirit animals. I love lions. They have like, I'm afraid of them, but I love them. So that was interesting that somebody said that I have a lioness energy. Someone said that it's time for me to start receiving, that I'm a leader, a teacher, and that people come to me, that I don't need to chase after people, that I have an energy that people just come towards me. So I thought that was really cool to close out this great lock-in spiritual journey edition with our closeout last night. Again, I'll be traveling to New York this weekend to have our in-person. I will be vlogging that just like I vlogged the last New York vlog. I'll share what I can. Because yeah, I'm just a big person on things being sacred and people's privacy and things like that. That's just probably just the therapist in me and the ethics in me, but I'll share my journey and my story. Today is Wednesday. Excuse me. I head out to New York on Friday and I'll be coming back on Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and actually I need to start packing and getting ready for New York because I already know it's going to be cold. It's probably about to be cold as heck in New York because it's cold in the DMV. So I know New York is about to be cold. So I'm going to, again, vlog that journey. I also have a trip coming up for my husband and I. Will be celebrating our 11-year wedding anniversary. So, I'm going to vlog that as well. So thank you so much again for watching this video. I'm sorry that it was like days in between, like the first half and this half. It's just been so much going on. I know my busy moms out there know exactly what I'm going through, especially those who have had experience being snowed in with your kids and you still have to work. It's been a week. It's been a week, so I'll just leave it at that. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do so. Make sure you leave a comment. I love reading comments. I love chatting with you all in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share my channel with other women, with other moms. And until next time, be well. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next video.